8 people murdered. No forced entry. No robbery. No arrests. What happened inside this quiet White House in Villisca, Iowa in 1912 has become one of the most disturbing cold cases in American history. Tonight, we walk through the blood-soaked history of the Villisca Axe Murder House and uncover the chilling story that still haunts it. It was a Sunday night, June 9th, 1912. The Moore family, Josiah, Sarah, and their 4 children, had just finished a Children's Day program at their church. 2 young friends of their daughter, Lena and Ina Stillinger, were invited for a sleepover. They would never wake up again. When the neighbors noticed no signs of movement the next day, they became concerned. The front door was locked. Calls went unanswered. When Josiah's brother entered the house, the scene he discovered would haunt the town forever. All 8 victims were found bludgeoned to death with an axe, most while they slept. Josiah and Sarah lay lifeless in their bed. The children, all under 12, had suffered the same brutal fate. Even the Stillinger sisters were not spared. The killer had used the blunt end of the axe to strike their heads. Investigators believe some victims had been struck over 30 times. But here's where the story gets stranger. Every mirror in the house had been covered. A bowl of bloody water sat in the kitchen. The killer had lingered, possibly for hours. Whoever did this wasn't in a hurry. They took time, covered the windows, even locked the doors behind them. One lamp had its wick turned so low, it gave off only the faintest light, as if the killer didn't want to be seen even by the dead. Evidence suggested the murderer made themselves a meal, touched nothing of value, and vanished without a trace. It was murder, but it was also theater. The town of Villisca was in uproar. News spread like wildfire. Reporters, neighbors, and curiosity seekers trampled the crime scene before police could preserve anything. Clues were destroyed, evidence gone, and with it, any hope of a quick resolution. Josiah Moore was a prominent businessman, respected, wealthy, but not without enemies. His success selling farm equipment had ruffled feathers, especially with his former employer, State Senator Frank Jones. Jones was known for his temper and his power. Some whispered he had a motive and the means. The first suspect was Reverend George Kelly, an eccentric traveling preacher with a disturbing past. He had attended the same church service as the Moores that night. The next morning, he boarded a train at dawn. Kelly had confessed multiple times, but his confessions were riddled with contradictions. He later claimed the police had forced him to admit guilt. After 2 trials, he walked free. Then came Frank Jones, powerful, connected, and rumored to have hired a killer for hire. But no evidence ever surfaced. Jones denied everything. There were others too. Traveling drifters, ex-cons, and even another man named Henry Moore, a convicted axe murderer operating around the same time. Every suspect had motive, but none had proof. Over the years, the case became a magnet for amateur sleuths, conspiracy theorists, and ghost hunters. Some believe the killer was a local, someone familiar with the house layout. Others think it was part of a broader pattern, one of several axe murders across the Midwest at that time. But no thread could ever be followed to the end. Today, the house stands as it did more than a century ago, frozen in time. It's been restored to its 1912 condition. No plumbing, no electricity, just creaking floors and chilling silence. Tourists can visit by day, but by night, the brave sleep there, or try to. Some say they hear whispers, footsteps, children's laughter. Others claim something darker lurks, a presence that never left. Ghost hunters have recorded unexplained voices, a girl saying he's still here. Doors open and close by themselves. One investigator claims to have been scratched in the attic. But is it real? Or the power of suggestion? Maybe the house isn't haunted by ghosts, but by the idea of evil never being brought to justice. Over 110 years have passed. The killer never identified. The case never solved. What happened inside the Villisca Axe Murder House remains one of America's darkest, most mysterious crimes. Perhaps the scariest thing isn't the ghosts people claim to see, but the idea that evil came in the night and simply walked away. If this story captivated you, subscribe for more true horror and unsolved mysteries. Hit the like button and comment below. Do you think the house is haunted? Or is the real mystery who got away with murder?